Hey, it's Bernadette. Giving an update. Haven't been on for over a week because I haven't been feeling good. It's been a rough. This last chemo has been really rough, and only had a couple decent days. I don't even want to say they were good days, but they were decent days. Um, but only a couple since I had my chemotherapy on what day was it? God, I don't even know what day it was. Um, yeah, I don't even know. Couldn't tell you. It's next, let's see, the 17th is when I have my next one. So it was at the end of June. I think it was on the 26th or something, something like that. I can't keep track of days. Like I had to look at my phone to figure out if today was Saturday or Sunday. That's how like screwy my brain has been. So part of the reason I haven't been on is that I'm flat out like exhausted, and I've been pretty irritable the last week because I don't feel good, and my liver is dumping the chemo for the last week, so that's been rough. Um, so I just wanted to give that update, like let everyone know I'm alive. I'm getting through it, but it is not easy. Like my body's super toxic. And I'm doing my best. So sleeping a lot right now. I have some new symptoms from the chemo, which has been weird. I have this weird, and I put it in my lymphoma group. And I guess it's not not everybody gets it, but some people get. I have had the last week this pain that's above my. It's not at the base of my spine. It's like low back, and it's kind of a weird spasm that has been happening in my low back, and it'll wrap around my whole body, but it's like electric at the same time. It'll last for like 5 minutes. Very, very painful and very strange. It thankfully does not shoot down my legs. It stays pretty concentrated, but that's been a hard one too to get used to, because you can't get comfortable when it's happening, and it just feels so weird, right? Like all of a sudden, like your back's pulsating with this weird electrical pain, and then it goes all the way around. Like it's just weird. So I don't know what that is, but there have been quite a number of people. I put a post up in the lymphoma group. Quite a number of people have said, yeah, I have that too. Um, this week I've been at the beginning of the week super dizzy and really nauseous, and then just exhausted, and then have had to stay very, very close to the bathroom. The other reason I'm isolating is because the new variants of COVID are on the rise, in a big way. Pneumonia is spreading, like all kinds of viruses. So I've just been home. Today was the first day I forced myself to go to the store because I needed to get food, um, get some things. And my dad's not feeling well. He's got some ear stuff happening. So I have him running on my Rife machine the last couple of days. He's actually on it right now, and it's helping his ear finally. But it took me all week. Like he's been hurting for over a week. I have not been able to help him. And finally yesterday, as bad as I felt, um, actually this is the third day we're running. So day before yesterday, I guess it was Friday, he was hurting. He had like pain in his jaw and his ear. It's been going on for almost 2 weeks now. I finally was able to get the equipment into his room, set it up, and that took a while, but I got it done. And so we've been running him every night for a few hours, and it's helping. He has a doctor's appointment, I guess, tomorrow. He was supposed to have one Friday, but it got canceled. So that's why I had to step in. So yeah, it has not been easy. Um, this one's been rough. Who's watching? I've got like a few people on and a thumbs up, but nobody's commenting. You're all on YouTube too. So say hello. I'd love to know who's here. In any case, it's been easier as far as like getting information, because I did join a lymphoma group with my specific type of cancer, diffuse large B-cell lymphoma. That has helped a lot because a lot of them are on the same chemo regimen that I'm on. So our symptoms with the side effects are similar. Although everyone has their cancer in a different part of their body, it's just easier to ask questions and read different people's posts because we all have the same type of cancer. And then I'm also in a second group for follicular lymphoma because I have that too in my intestines. I'm not so worried about the follicular lymphoma right now. After chemo's done, the focus will be more on that because that's something that apparently is more chronic and come back easier. So we'll see. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, man, this round, as far as feeling under the weather, this round has been, it's how, like my doctor's like, oh, each chemo round will get easier. I don't know exactly what she was referring to. Does that mean like while you're in getting the infusion, it's easier? Because no, my body's getting weaker. I had, the infusion, the IV people come out Friday and they did 500 milliliters of fluids and then the immune booster, the vitamin B, B4, B6, and then a B12 shot, as well as glutathione. And I've been so exhausted, like it barely phased me. They asked me, they said, did you feel better? And I'm like, I'm so sick right now. And I have had so much diarrhea from the chemo coming out. My stomach is so messed up this week that literally everything runs through me. If I eat, it just comes right back out. So there's that part of me that's like, then just don't eat. And then you don't have to worry about it. But obviously need nutrition. So I didn't get the same effects that I had the first time, but what I'll be curious is when I get my blood work done on the 17th, what my platelet count is, because my doctor said, the oncologist said my platelet count went up between round 2 and round 3. And the only reason for that would have been that infusion. So it didn't give me a whole lot of energy. You would have thought, right? A B12 shot with a bunch of Bs, infused IV with vitamin C and zinc. Did not have a lot of energy. I've been really, really, really wiped out. But mentally and emotionally, I just don't have capacity right now. I don't to deal with much. Again, don't want to be cheerleaded. I did talk to a friend of mine in Australia who's amazing, and she's an NLP expert, and she understands what I'm going through, and she's been battling some stuff herself. So she was like, girlfriend, feel what you feel and let it out. So she was one of the first people I've talked to in a while because she got COVID and she still has COVID. It's been over 2 weeks. I think we're on the 3rd week now. So yeah, she at least was able to offer some good support the other night and the last couple nights, since our time, like the time zones are so far apart. She's on the other side of the world. We can talk at night, which is usually when I have the most energy is in the middle of the night. And that just means I'm not sleepy. Like the most amount of energy just means I'm not sleepy. It doesn't mean that I could go do anything, like I just had to wind up our awning over our patio because Hurricane Beryl's heading our way with rain and winds. So had to wind it in. And oh my God, that was horrible. That was a lot. It took me a long time. I had to keep taking breaks just to wind that awning in. Normal stuff, just normal stuff. Walk into the house, going to the bathroom, walk into the house, getting water. It's taking so much energy. And that's the part that I'm struggling with the most right now because I can't get my brain to cooperate. Like I have things I need to do and emails I need to answer on my computer. And I'm having I can't. I'm hoping tomorrow that my brain's clear enough I can actually answer them. One of them's for a Spectrum lawsuit I started 2 years ago. I have to answer that for the lawyer. And I can't. It's been 2 years. So I'm going to have to go back and look at the original complaint. And I just don't have the energy to sit at my computer and deal with it. And then there was a couple other emails I needed to answer. And it's like, can't. And I then you get scared. Like, am I ever going to be able to focus again? And it's a concern. right? Nothing in my body feels right now. Like nothing. I keep hoping that I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'll have more energy and I'll rebound a little bit more. This time it just isn't happening. I'm weak, like super weak. As far as the size of the mass, I can't really tell how big it is. It's definitely shrunk, like every which way. But I'm not, I guess because I don't want to push on it and make it sore. My whole stomach hurts and I'm swollen. Like my stomach's really swollen since the last round of chemo. So I am holding a lot of fluid in my belly. So I don't know if that's why too. But I just wanted to let you guys know I am okay. This one's been hard. And I'm hoping there's no more symptoms. Like, I don't feel good. It really sucks. And I wish I could know that I'm going to feel better. Like, I have a week and a half before my next round of chemo. Like, they're coming. It just seems like time is flying by and the rounds are coming so fast. But that also means after next one, I have 2 after that. So I through the month of August, and then I can finally start to recover, hopefully, as long as I go into remission. And my prayer is that this goes into remission, no sign of disease, no evidence of disease. We'll see, right? I'm not going to say I'm not concerned. There's a lot of things on my mind right now. And I'm still trying to support other people through my stuff. It's just been hard, like it's been hard. And I'm just super crabby and snappy. And I'm not wanting to be and I'm not meaning to be, but like there's certain things that are just setting me off right now and it's personal, right? It's about me and my cancer that are irritating me. And then I feel bad because I feel like people are expecting me to be happy and be positive and, get out of bed to get better. They want to make me feel better. Nobody can make me feel better. I can't make me feel better. The doctors can't make me feel better. I'm going through chemo. And to have that level of expectation, I can feel it like that's what people want for me. I can't generate it. And I don't think it's fair to ask that of me. See, now I'm going to cry. That's been my biggest thing and why I don't even want to talk to people. Like, I just don't. I'm not even sharing too much with my dad right now because he's not well. Like, he's going through his own stuff. My kids they've got their own stuff going on. So no one really knows what's been going on with me. My dad knows that I'm staying in bed a lot, but he's not feeling well. So I'm just not sharing. The only thing I'll say is he'll say, "Are you okay?" And I'll say, "I'm okay. I think I'm okay." And I'm just okay. Like, I'm just holding on right now. And that's the reality of this. Like, I'm just holding on all levels, mentally, emotionally, barely financially, and then physically, it's a flipping ride. I'm not going to quit. I will get through this, but I would be lying if I said this is easy or this is even doable. Like, it's a challenge from hour to hour of whether or not, I think I have the fortitude and the sustenance to get through this. Like, it's rough. And anyone if you're going through this, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody wants you to feel good. Everybody wants you to be strong enough. And everybody wants you to be positive. And it's like, not that I want to complain or be negative, because I don't, but I'd like to at least be able to be honest. And at least I have my friend, Julie, shout out, Miss Australia, you know who you are, to talk to. And she doesn't take any of what I say personally. She didn't have any expectation of me. She knows she's been through this and with other people enough times to know, like, yeah, you're going to be sick and you're going to feel a whole lot and it's okay. There's no expectation for, me to be any kind of certain way. And so I'm avoiding people, and that sucks too, because literally I am so alone out here in my little room, right? Most of what I'm even communicating with my kids who live in the big house is by text. So it's it it sucks. My dad is avoiding me right now too, because we aren't positive that he didn't get exposed to COVID, and that isn't part of what's going on with his ears because it's been going on for a while now. They had him on antibiotics and didn't even touch it. So he's keeping his distance from me too, which means I have to cook for myself, shop for myself. And today was the first day that I could bring myself to get to the store and pick some stuff up. I had no food left. Not that we don't have any food in the house. Let me correct that. I didn't have any food that I could eat or would eat in the house other than what was left in my bag of cherries. So I had to go stock up on my breakfast foods, which is now down to, I've been eating the same thing now for 2 weeks for breakfast because it's the only thing that doesn't upset my stomach and make me nauseous first out of the gate, which is banana nut muffins, cottage cheese, and fruit. So this week's fruit is pineapple. I've been rotating fruits to eat with my cottage cheese because it was between, the doctor said cottage cheese or yogurt's good for you to keep the fat on. And yogurt tastes really bad. The chemical taste is back. So eating is just it's a lot of work. Toxic positivity. Yeah, I know. A lot of people, it's not, and I don't even know, Linda, it's such a good point. I don't know if people don't want to hear it. They're stuck. They don't know what to say. And then there's the other side of it. People want to fix things, especially men. I get it. Like, they're fixers, but you can't fix this. And if someone's sick, they're sick. It's not that they want to be fixed. They would like to just be supported where they're at in it. And most of the time we can't just let people be in it. That's a challenge that I have with the people that I work with, is they don't get to be who they are where they are in it. And there's no way around it. Like, you have to be in it. With chemotherapy, you got to be in it. With overcoming trauma, you have to be in it to get through it. So yeah, that part sucks. It sucks. And then I don't want to talk to anyone because it's like, and I don't want repeated platitudes. You're a warrior. You're strong. It's like, I don't want to have to be, and so even to the point of like reading some of the comments now on videos or posts, I scan through them, and a lot of it, I can't like, it just, because my mental state and my perception right now is very skewed, it's not my normal filters that I see the world through. The lens is so shifted right now. And that's the thing that I've had to come to accept so that I don't beat myself up, is my lens is shifted. Like, my whole world got flipped upside down, and it's okay. Like, I don't have to be any sort of way. What I do have to do is stay alive and get through this, whatever way I need to. And I do have a lot of anger bursts that come up, and irritation. And part of that, my liver is toxic as hell right now. Chemotherapy is poison. I get that. But it's also necessary against the aggressive cells that is lymphoma. So it just is what it is, right? And anyone that wants me to feel anything other than what I'm feeling, I just can't deal with it. Like, I can't be responsible for what other people's expectations or needs are from me. And I know people are curious, and then that's irritating too, because someone will message me that I'm not super close to on Facebook. They're like, hey, how are you feeling? And it's like, if I bother answering, I answer, and then they don't say anything. So I'm even not answering those messages on Facebook now, because it's like, it takes energy for me to think about the reply, to text on my phone. My vision has been greatly affected with the chemo. Like, I'm going to have to go to the eye doctor to get my vision checked because it has affected my vision. And so typing on my phone, it's been difficult. And I did something to my phone where I need to get a new screen protector because it's not scrolling. I think I probably cleaned it with something bad. I don't know. I I couldn't tell you what I've done from day to day. Literally cannot remember from day to day, and that's the part that really sucks too. Hi, Cynthia Lewis. So anywho, that's the update. We are still doing the fundraiser, which is a little bit stalled out. Just now got the bill for my port being installed, which was installed at the end of May. Like the bills are about when they're billing me are like a month and a half behind. So I just got that. I'm still waiting for the oncology bill and the chemotherapy round 2 and 3. And the doctors and the PET scan. I don't think I've paid. Yeah, I haven't paid the PET scan yet. I'm waiting for that bill. And because the indigent program doesn't cover any radiology, and that big bill for all of my CAT scans and MRIs when I was going in and out of the emergency room, when I was first diagnosed and then had all the stent problems, that was a fairly decent sized bill. They discounted it a little, but it was still a decent sized bill. So we do still need to raise funds because my finances are tapped right now, and I have to figure out what I can do for work. I mean, I've started to wonder, is there some other job I can do other than my normal job? Because I don't have it in me to do marketing right now. Like, what can I do from home to make some money? I got to figure it out, and my brain's not working. So it just sucks. I don't get any disability payments till October. So I got to figure something out, or, God bless, get some energy so that I can take on more clients. When I'm with my clients, I'm fine, but it's exhausting. I can take on one client a day right now. And if I do multiple days, it's exhausting, and then the week of chemo, I don't have anything scheduled usually except for one class because I'm wiped out that first week of chemo. And then the second week I'm sick, but I work through it regardless. So this has been a ride, but that's the update. That's it. I hope you guys are doing well. And yeah, I hope you had a good 4th of July here in the US. I just wanted to update. I had a couple of people that are like, you haven't been on. Are you okay? I'm okay. And that's all I am. I'm just okay. I'm not great. I could be worse. A lot of pain, which sucks. There's been a lot of leg pain. And so I've had to stay on the pain meds through this whole round 3. I can't come off of them. If I come off of them, the pain starts getting overwhelming. And I can't come off my nausea meds. I've learned by trying to come off both of those meds that I can't. So I'm on them, and it just is what it is. So, but I do want to thank everybody for your comments, for your love, for your prayers, for your support, for supporting the fundraiser. And thank you, Araliba, for doing that work, looking into grants and stuff and sharing the fundraiser. I've seen so many people share it. It's been amazing. And yeah, I have to meet with Brindy still about it, but I will when I'm feeling better, come back. There's some things that I actually want to talk about that has nothing to do with cancer. Just has to do with what's going on in the world right now. That's the other bummer thing, is just, especially in the US during the election cycle, it's been really screwy on the news cycle. But there are other things I actually want to do some live streams about or videos about for you guys, because there's a lot of overwhelm happening. And this month, like, I did the astrology forecast for our Hidden Wisdom group, which if you're interested, just go to my website, bernadettegold.com, and go /Hidden Wisdom or click on classes. It's a monthly membership, but I do a monthly forecast. So the astrology report I did for July and the energy update I did for July for all of the signs. It's an intense month. Like, it started intense from the first. It's going to continue to be intense next week. Towards the end of the week is going to intensify even more, and it doesn't lighten up till the end of the month. There's a lot going on this month in the air and on the planet. There's a lot. And it's overwhelming. So then you add on your personal issues on top of what's going on globally. This is not an easy time we're in. This is a time of great change, and there is a need for great change. But man, how do you keep people from standing up for themselves and knowing what are the right moves to make to create change? You just overwhelm the hell out of them. And all of us are being just bombarded with overwhelm. And a lot of people don't know what the truth is and just don't have the energy to even deal with it, because you just got to get through your day. Kind of like what I'm dealing with the chemo, right? So those are some things I want to address and give some tips of how to get through it. But first, I got to get through to the other side of this to where I'm more stable and I'm not in pain, and I can do a talk on it. So I promise you, I will come back. I don't know when. I can't say when, but I have to have the energy. Doing the update is fine because I don't feel like I have to be anything other than telling you guys how I am, which is my reality right now. And encourage you, whatever you're going through, like, just some days just get through it. Like, don't let other people's expectations or desires, don't let it affect you. I've had to really depersonalize and depersonalize a lot of stuff because I can't take on anybody else's expectations or needs right now on a personal level. It's one thing with work, it's a whole other thing personally. I've had to just pull back way back. And then it sucks because it is lonely, right? But it is what it is. So, all right, you guys, I will be back at some point. Don't know when, but I will see you hopefully within the week before my next round of chemo. I hope I get strong enough and rebound at least a little bit more before the next round of chemo. All right. I love you. Many blessings to you. Whatever you're going through, I pray that you get through it with strength, with peace, and with the most amount of flow as possible. I'll see you.